Hey guys, welcome to my kitchen. Another big exciting day in my kitchen. I'm thinking, listen, let's go to the Amalfi Coast. You guys want to go with me? There's a great recipe I had many years ago, and there's a town in the Amalfi Coast that's called Positano. Beautiful place to go, overlooks the Mediterranean Sea, just gorgeous. And when you're sitting there in a restaurant, you're gonna have some wine and you're gonna order this dish. It's called spaghetti Positano. Hey, how you doing, right? But in Italiano, it's spaghetti alla Positano con pomodori, which basically means spaghetti Positano with tomatoes. Delicious, simple, easy, fantastic. You're going to be amazed not only how great this dish is, but actually how simple and easy it is to put together. So let me go over the ingredients and let's have some fun. First and foremost, obviously the first word in our recipe is spaghetti. So what you'll notice in Italian cooking is the selection of the pasta, the shape of the pasta, has a lot to do with the sauce or vice versa. Whatever sauce you use is going to have a lot to do with the shape of the pasta. This is going to be a lighter sauce, so we don't want this big, huge piece of pasta that's grabbing too much of the sauce, so spaghetti is going to be perfect. So you're going to want to get an Italian-made pasta, durum wheat. That's it. I don't want it enriched. I want nothing else. I've got 1 pound of durum wheat spaghetti. Next, we're going to need some parsley. So ideally, if you can, get some Italian flat parsley. That's different than the American parsley. It's got a little different flavor. Parsley is absolutely, oh, it's so delicious. It's really an underrated herb. A lot of times people think of it as a garnish, but it's such a great herb to add to your cooking. It's really grassy. It's got a little bit of a peppery background to it, but it's definitely citrus. It's got like a citrus, almost like a lemony feel to the back end of it. And it really adds a lot of flavor and a lot of punch to any dish. So in this case, we're gonna add a small bunch, kind of like a handful, or in this case, maybe about 1/4 to 1/3 of a cup of finely chopped parsley. We're gonna need some pomodori, we're gonna need some tomatoes. So depending on the size of the tomato, if you get one of those big suckers, one of those big guys, you're probably only gonna need one. In this case, I've got some vine-ripe tomatoes, so I'm gonna use due pomodori, 2 tomatoes. Next, we're gonna need some garlic. So, you know me and garlic, guys. I'm gonna go with 3 cloves. Oh, garlic, just absolutely delicious. 3 cloves of garlic. Let me explain something to you. If 3 cloves sounds like too much, you're watching the wrong guy on YouTube, okay? So next, don't get scared, don't get panicky, guys. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna put some anchovies in here. Now, Positano, Amalfi Coast, right next to the sea, it's gonna have a lot of influence from, obviously, the sea, from the fish, right, from the pesce. So you're gonna need 5 anchovies. Now, the key here with anchovies, it's gonna have a lot of flavor. So it's not gonna be, I know it sounds kind of crazy, but it's not gonna be real fishy. It's gonna add a really unique backdrop of flavor. It's gonna add a richness. It's gonna add a little salt, and it's gonna add just deliciousness to this dish. And it's a key ingredient to spaghetti Positano. Next, we're gonna add some Cooking Italian with Joe kick to it, all right? So I'm gonna tell you to add 2, possibly 3, depending on how hot you like it or how hot your pepper is. So we're gonna add some pepperoncino. We're gonna add 2 to 3 peppers to this dish. It's gonna give you some heat, you know what I mean? Hair on the chest heat, you know what I'm saying? All right, next we're gonna add some Parmesan Reggiano, some Parmesan cheese. We're only gonna use this, guys, at the end. So we're gonna add some customary salt, pepper. I'm gonna use pink Himalayan. Not only is it earthy and delicious and briny, it's obviously sexy. Pink is sexy, right? We're gonna add some pepper. Guys, always go with fresh ground pepper. When you grind pepper, it dries out real quickly, and it's really those oils that give you that deliciousness and the flavor of pepper. Last but not least, guys, we're gonna need some olive oil. Now, Italian dish, so I wanna bring some Italiano in it, you know what I'm saying? I want something delicious and robust and peppery and earthy and grassy, some really good quality extra virgin from Italian olives. Where could I go? Oh, I know. Hey, Vito and Joe's olive oil. How do you like that segue? So for anybody new to our channel, I own a farm in Italy. We co-op with a group of farms, and we bring you some of the best extra virgin Italian olive oil you're ever gonna have. I named the company after my 2 boys, Vito and Joe. And if you hit the link just above or below here, it'll bring you either right to our website or right to our Facebook page, Cooking Italian with Joe. Click on the Buy It Now, and we'll literally drop ship you a bottle right to your front doorstep. I like to think of it as a trip to Italy right in a bottle. Okay, so let's start having some fun. Let's start cooking. So I've got a pot filled with water, and I've got it salted, and I want to turn up the heat on this. Next, I'm going to need a large pan. Ideally, I like a larger pan with a side to it, and I'll tell you why. We're going to take our spaghetti, and we're going to put it in the pan, and I don't want to make a mess. So if you have a larger pan with that lip, it'll help keep the dish in there. It makes it a lot easier, a lot more fun. First thing I'm going to get going on is the garlic. So I got my 3 cloves. So as some of you guys know, give this a good hard tap. You just want to give it a split. It's a lot easier to prep. Cut the back end of the garlic off. And now we want to cut this thin. We want to see it. We want to taste it. We want to feel it. So give it some really nice thin slices. Oh, that smells good. So there's people sometimes, if you can believe it, they don't like garlic. You know what I mean? I don't trust people that don't like garlic. You know what? I tell them to go eat dinner somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? So, next we're going to take our peppers. So guys, just watch your eyes on these peppers. So don't cut the peppers and then start touching your face. Cut these guys right up. Now these are going to be hot. Your seeds carry the most amount of heat. So if you want to add a little bit of the seed into the dish, you can. I find 2 peppers to be plenty, and I don't need the seed to add that heat, okay? And I'm going to chop this up nice and fine. So I like to just cut it across, and then just cut it across. Guys, peppers are done. Whoo, there's some heat in that pile, boy. I feel like I'm in Positano, you know what I'm saying? Next, we're going to grab our tomatoes. Obviously, pull the vine and give these a slice through. For the tomatoes, we're going to cube them. So cut them through, and then I'm going to do maybe, in this case, 3 to 4 cuts across. Tomatoes are done. Look how beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous? Last, we're going to take some parsley. So this is a really large pile. So I'm going to take about 1/3 of that. The easiest way I say to do it is just take your knife with a bunch, cut across some of the top. Oh boy, you can really smell. I'll tell you, the aroma of that is just delicious. And then I want to do a fine chop. So the easiest way to do it is you just kind of bunch it together and then come across, keep those fingers in there. And then what I do is take that pile, turn it in the opposite direction, and then just squeeze it again, and then give it another cross cut. Okay, parsley's done, ready to go. A couple other tips that makes this dish come out delicious, delizioso. Number 1, you gotta hit that subscribe button. When you hit that subscribe button, you know, any tips, trips, blogging with Boyle comes right to your notification box. And I'll tell you, it means a lot to me when you subscribe to our channel. And hey, make you part of the family, you know what I'm saying? Secondly, you probably already got it. There's the olive oil, hit the link. We'll drop ship it to your house. It's going to be delicious. Time to add some heat to the pan, low, medium, and start adding our ingredients. First thing we need is some olive oil, obviously Vito and Joe's. I'm going to add here about 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil. And next I'm going to add those anchovies. I like to add the anchovies first because I want to get the anchovies heated up and kind of broken apart quickly. And again, guys, we're not looking to fry this here. Essentially, they're going to emulsify right in your hot oil. And you can see right now, just with a little bit of heat, you see how the anchovy literally just falls apart? So as soon as I get the anchovy kind of crumbled in there, I'm going to go ahead and add my garlic. I'll tell you, the aroma in here, delicious. And now what I'm looking for is sweating in translucency. I'm looking to get the moisture to come out of the garlic, and I'm going to start to see the garlic here in about a minute or 2 get translucent. You can see it happening there. And it's going to take about 2 minutes, 3 minutes at a real low heat. Guys, the garlic is perfect. See, if I push on it, it just kind of falls apart. Next, we're going to add our peppers. Again, watch the heat, watch your hands. I'm going to let the peppers go just for about a minute or 2. Now let's look at our pasta water. Pasta's ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and put my spaghetti in there. And the trick is not to add oil to your water, guys. I'd recommend not to do it because it blocks your pasta from absorbing ingredients. What I do recommend you do, though, a lot of water and just stir it a few times initially. Nothing will ever stick. Next thing I'm going to add is some salt. So I'm going to add about a ½ teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to add some fresh ground pepper here. Now I'm going to add a good teaspoon of pepper. Give that a good stir in. And I'm looking for the peppers to get tender, almost like we did with the garlic. So we're letting that cook down. We're letting all the oils marry, all that delicious flavor to come in. Guys, we're going to nudge over to the pasta, just give it a stir. Now I'm going to add my parsley. I'm going to hold back just a pinch of the parsley to hit the top with as a decoration. Oh, look at the colors. Got the Italian flag happening right there. That's beautiful. I'll let this go about 30, 40 seconds. You're going to see the parsley really start to cook in there. I'm going to hit the pasta 1 or 2 more times with some stirring. You see how it's just starting to lose its ability to hold its shape? And we're only going to go about 2 minutes after that. So when I pull it up to the side, you'll see it start to bend, but with less strength, with less resistance. And then we're looking for that al dente. We're looking for that what's called to the tooth. Looking for a bite in the pasta where it still has some integrity, so it chew to it, because you don't want it mushy and you don't want it crunchy. Okay, that is gorgeous. Last, I'm going to add my tomatoes. And what we're looking for the tomatoes is we're looking to cook them down Again, just like we did with the peppers and the garlic, you want to make them soft, but you're still looking for them to hold some of that integrity. Can you guys get the aroma right through that picture, right through that camera? Oh, I wish you could. Guys, it's been about 2 minutes. Tomatoes are almost done. So they're getting soft. Guys, our pasta's done. I'm gonna add it right to the dish. And now a little pasta water will be fine, so don't worry about it if you get a little bit of water in there. And now what we wanna do is just give it a good stir. So any last moment of cooking in that pasta will occur right in your dish. So I'm gonna turn the heat off. I'm gonna take my Parmesan cheese and I'm gonna give it a good grade here. I'm gonna do this right in the pan, guys, while everything's hot. I want everything to cream in there and mix really well. And I'm gonna take a good stir. Okay, guys, let's get this right in the dish. I'm gonna finish it off with a little splash of Vito and Joe's. So let's give a little drizzle of olive oil over the top. Next, we're gonna hit it with some more Parmesan cheese. And last, that little bit of parsley I had left over, give it a sprinkle. Does that look delicious? Guys, you know it, it's my favorite time right now. Oh, see the steam coming off of that? That's the aroma of deliciousness. We wanna hit it with that last bit of Parmesan cheese. Oh, see those nice little curls and flakes? And then you give it a little bit of a primping, as they say. Boy, I wish I could put that right in there. Smell-o-vision, taste-o-vision. Oh, that is good. The Parmesan cheese just hits you right out of the gate. The peppers, it's gonna be hot. I'm literally looking at the Amalfi Coast right now, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking a small glass of Prosecco. You with me? A pasta is perfect, al dente, just absolutely perfect. You got the parsley, the garlic, the pepperoni, the heat is just coming in, you know what I mean? It doesn't hit you right away, but as you're chewing it, it's just getting warmer and warmer. It's got the perfect amount of tomato. It just gets better and better with every bite. So delicious. You know, that Parmesan cheese, it kind of starts it off and finishes it off with the pepper. Guys, I had to have a second bite to properly close our video, just so I knew that I was capturing every bit of flavor for you guys. Thanks so much for joining me in my KitchenAid. A lot of fun, right? Hey guys, remember, hit that subscribe button. Make you part of the family. Click the link above or below. Grab yourself a bottle of Vito and Joe's extra virgin Italian olive oil. A trip to Italy right in a bottle. And guys, my last tip, and certainly my most important tip, remember, at least, I don't know, once a week, a couple of times a month, you know what, shut off the TV, shut off the computer, get rid of those cell phones, get around the table, spend some time with your family, and celebrate your heritage, and most important, guys, set some traditions for you and your family. They'll last you a lifetime. I know they did for me. Hey guys, from my kitchen to yours, until next week, mwah, buon appetito.